If you're a man over 60 and your intimate strength is becoming softer, weaker, or disappearing entirely, I want you to listen carefully, because the truth is millions of men your age are silently struggling, feeling embarrassed, disconnected, and confused, thinking that this is simply part of getting older. But what if I told you that the real reason might have nothing to do with aging and everything to do with something you're not consuming? Yes, I'm talking about 5 common nuts, the kind you'll discover at your local supermarket that could help restore the strong, powerful, intimate response you thought was gone forever. My name is Dr. Sarah, and I'm a board-certified specialist in men's health and hormone therapy. For over 30 years, I've specialized in helping men navigate age-related wellness challenges and intimate dysfunction. I've treated thousands of men across the country, from veterans to businessmen to retirees, and I can tell you this: age alone is not the problem. The body still wants to perform optimally. It just needs the right support. Here's what most men don't understand. Medications like those little blue pills don't address the root cause, and they were never designed for long-term use. But nature has already provided us with the tools, and some of the most powerful ones come in the form of simple, natural foods. These 5 nuts are loaded with nutrients that boost blood flow, improve arterial health, and even support natural hormone production without any adverse side effects. In just a moment, I'm going to walk you through each one, but stay with me until the end, because I'll reveal the single most effective nut to consume before bedtime. A simple technique that's helping men in their 70s and even 80s wake up with the kind of morning response they had decades ago. Before we dive in, if you care about staying strong, healthy, and confident as you age, I invite you to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another tip made specifically for men over 60. If you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your feedback helps me create content that truly supports you. All right, let's get into it. The first nut I want you to start eating, and this one is powerful, is one that most men overlook completely. It's small, rich in a rare mineral, and just 1 or 2 a day can make a noticeable difference in your energy, your hormone levels, and yes, the strength of your intimate response. Let's talk about Brazil nuts. Section 1. Brazil nuts, testosterone and selenium power. Brazil nuts, the key to reawakening natural hormone production and intimate power. Most men over 60 have never even heard of the mineral selenium, and yet it could be the one thing standing between you and a firm, reliable, intimate response. The easiest, most natural way to get this mineral? Brazil nuts. These are large, creamy, slightly sweet nuts found primarily in South America. They are hands down one of the richest dietary sources of selenium on the planet. Just 1 or 2 nuts daily delivers your entire daily requirement and then some. So why does selenium matter so much? As you get older, as your body ages, your natural hormone levels naturally decline, your arteries lose elasticity, and your blood flow begins to slow. Selenium is a critical building block in the production of testosterone. But beyond that, it plays a vital role in a process called glutathione synthesis, glutathione being one of the body's most powerful antioxidants. What does that mean for you? It means selenium helps protect your cells, especially the lining of your blood vessels, from oxidative damage. That directly supports healthier circulation to intimate areas, stronger responses, and better overall performance. There's also a growing body of research showing a direct link between low selenium levels and poor reproductive health, fatigue, depression, and hormonal imbalance in older men. In fact, one European study found that men with higher selenium intake had significantly better reproductive profiles and hormonal balance than men who were deficient. And these weren't young men in their 20s. We're talking about older adults in their 60s and beyond. Your body still wants to function optimally. It still wants to perform. You just need to give it the raw materials it's lacking. The beauty of Brazil nuts is their simplicity. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet. You don't need to consume handfuls of supplements or pills. You just eat 1 or 2 Brazil nuts in the morning with your coffee or oatmeal. That's it. But be careful. Not more than 2 a day. Brazil nuts are extremely dense in selenium, and too much of a good thing can lead to problems like digestive upset or even selenium toxicity if overdone. Think of them like powerful natural medicine. A little goes a long way. Now let me speak to you man to man for a moment. I've worked with men who've spent years feeling ashamed of their declining performance. They quietly avoid intimacy, make excuses, lose confidence, and begin to see themselves as less capable. I want you to know, you are not alone. And more importantly, you are not broken. You are biologically built to function. The strength is still within you. Sometimes it's not about fixing something broken. It's about reigniting something that's been neglected. Adding Brazil nuts to your day might seem like a small thing, but for many men, it becomes a turning point. Energy returns. Desire comes back. Intimate responses feel fuller and more reliable. It's not magic. It's just proper nutrition supporting your hormones and your circulation the way nature intended. Here's something else that's fascinating. When men begin eating Brazil nuts regularly, many also report improvements in their mood, their sleep, even their memory. That's because selenium is involved in multiple systems of the body, including thyroid health, brain chemistry, and immune function. So even though you might be seeking firmer intimate responses, you're also supporting your entire system. It's all connected. That's the beauty of working with your body instead of against it. We're not forcing anything. We're not overriding your system. We're feeding it what it's been quietly asking for all along. So I encourage you, if you do nothing else after watching this video, start with just 1 Brazil nut tomorrow morning. See how your body responds after a week, after 2 weeks, after a month. Subtle things will begin to shift. Your energy will stabilize. Your confidence will grow. And your body will begin to wake up again in ways you may not have expected. But Brazil nuts are just the beginning, because there's another nut coming up, one that ancient warriors used for stamina, and one that modern science says might be even more effective than some prescription treatments for intimate dysfunction. And chances are, it's already sitting in your kitchen cabinet. Let's talk about that next. Section 2. Walnuts, blood flow, and nitric oxide. If you're still here and this message is resonating with you, go ahead and type the number 1 in the comments, just so I know you're with me and committed to making a change. Now let's keep going and dive into the next important point. Walnuts, nature's answer to poor blood flow and weak intimate responses. If there's one thing most men overlook when it comes to intimate performance, it's blood flow. Without proper circulation, it doesn't matter how much natural energy you have. Your responses won't be firm, they won't last, and they won't feel the same. That's where walnuts come in. These unassuming little brain-shaped nuts are one of nature's most powerful tools for older men looking to restore their performance. They're rich in a compound called L-arginine, which is a precursor to nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is the key to strong, lasting, intimate responses. Let me explain that in plain terms. When you become aroused, your body sends signals to your blood vessels to relax and widen, allowing more blood to rush into intimate areas. That process is triggered by nitric oxide. It's what gives your response its fullness and firmness. Now, as you age, your body produces less nitric oxide on its own, and that's one of the main reasons you may start noticing weaker responses or slower reaction time. But when you eat foods high in L-arginine, like walnuts, you're essentially giving your body the fuel it needs to create more nitric oxide naturally. No pills, no side effects, no awkward pharmacy visits, just a real solution from real food. But the benefits of walnuts don't stop there. They're also packed with omega-3 fatty acids, which help lower inflammation and improve the health of your arteries. This is critical because inflamed or narrowed arteries can restrict blood flow not only to your heart, but also to intimate areas. In fact, many doctors consider intimate dysfunction to be an early warning sign of heart disease for this very reason. That means when you take care of your circulation, you're not just boosting your performance in intimate moments, you're also protecting your heart, your brain, and your long-term vitality. Now let me give you something practical you can do. Start by adding a small handful of walnuts, around 6 to 8 halves, into your daily routine. You can eat them as a midday snack, sprinkle them on a salad, or have them with breakfast. Consistency is what matters. Over time, that daily dose of L-arginine and healthy fats starts to nourish your blood vessels, reduce arterial stiffness, and support the systems your body depends on for healthy, intimate function. Some of my patients report noticeable changes within 2 to 3 weeks, especially in morning responses and overall reactivity. There's also a mental benefit here that's easy to overlook. When you know your body is working again, when you start to feel that natural response returning, there's a quiet confidence that comes with it. You stand a little taller. You feel more connected to your partner. You stop feeling like you're fading away and start feeling like yourself again. That's what this is really about. Not just physical performance, but the emotional strength that comes from knowing you're still capable, still vibrant, still a man in every sense of the word, and don't worry if you've been out of the game for a while. Your body hasn't forgotten. It just needs the right signals. The right nutrition, like the compounds found in walnuts, can begin to reactivate those natural processes without force, without drugs, and without shame. We're not trying to be 25 again. We're trying to be the strongest, healthiest version of who we are now. That starts with treating your body like it matters and feeding it the tools it's been missing. So start tomorrow. Just a small handful. Not a drastic change, but a meaningful one. Something easy, something natural, something you can do every single day without stress. Let your body take it from there. Because with walnuts, you're not just supporting intimate function. You're investing in your circulation, your hormones, and your energy from the inside out. Now, as powerful as walnuts are, there's another nut coming up that older men often forget about. It's loaded with vitamins and minerals your body craves after 60, especially one trace element that most men are shockingly low in. If you've been feeling tired, sluggish, or disconnected lately, this next one could be exactly what your body's been missing. Let's talk about it next. Section 3. Almonds, magnesium, zinc, and vitamin E. Almonds, the essential nutrient combination for hormones, energy, and intimate strength. By the time most men reach their 60s, their energy has dipped, Their mood may have shifted, and their bedroom confidence often feels like a distant memory. What many don't realize is that these changes aren't just about getting older. They're about nutrient depletion. Your body has specific needs in this phase of life, and if those needs aren't met, things start to slow down, mentally, physically, and intimately. Almonds are one of the simplest, most underrated tools to start changing that. The nutrients inside them are exactly what aging men need. Let's start with magnesium. Most older men don't get nearly enough of it, and yet it's absolutely critical for circulation, heart health, and intimate function. Magnesium helps your blood vessels relax, which improves blood flow not just to your heart and brain, but also to intimate areas. Better circulation means more responsive function and better stamina. If you've been feeling physically slow or mentally foggy, magnesium might be playing a bigger role than you think. Almonds are one of the best sources you can eat, and unlike supplements, your body tends to absorb nutrients from food more naturally and efficiently. Then there's zinc. It's a trace mineral, which means you don't need much of it, but what you do need is essential. Zinc plays a central role in natural hormone production, reproductive health, and desire. When zinc is low, hormones tend to fall with it. Unfortunately, zinc deficiency is incredibly common in older men. Almonds help replenish this quietly missing mineral, and over time, that support can translate into stronger desire, improved mood, and more consistent performance. Almonds are also high in vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects your blood vessels and supports healthy cholesterol levels. Remember, your intimate response is only as strong as the blood that's getting to it. If your arteries are stiff or inflamed, blood flow suffers, and so does your ability to perform. Vitamin E helps repair and protect the inner lining of those blood vessels, which plays a key role in keeping blood flowing smoothly when you need it most. Now let's talk practicality. Almonds are incredibly easy to add into your routine. A small handful, around 10 to 12 raw or dry roasted almonds a day, is enough to make a difference. You can snack on them mid-morning, keep a bag in your car or office, or add them to your breakfast. What matters most is consistency. You're not looking for instant miracles. You're giving your body a steady, reliable supply of nutrients that fuel long-term strength and stability. There's also comfort in simplicity. You don't need to overhaul your life, follow a complex diet, or rely on expensive medications. Sometimes true power comes from small, consistent actions. Every almond you eat is a quiet investment in your strength, your clarity, and your sense of control. It's one less excuse, one more step toward the man you want to be. I've had patients in their 60s, 70s, even 80s come back to me after adding almonds into their daily habits, and the changes they report aren't just physical. They talk about feeling sharper, more focused. They're sleeping better. They feel more emotionally present with their partners. That kind of transformation doesn't come from one pill or one meal. It comes from giving your body the steady nourishment it needs and letting nature do its work. So if you've been feeling like your edge is slipping, if you've lost that spark or sense of vitality, try this. Start with just a few almonds a day. Let your body get familiar with that steady support. Pay attention to what changes, how you sleep, how you move, how you feel when you wake up in the morning. Over time, you may find that what you thought was lost was simply buried, waiting for the right care to rise again. Now, as powerful as almonds are, there's another nut I want to tell you about. One that ancient cultures believed enhanced virility, and modern studies now confirm has a measurable impact on intimate function. It's tasty, it's satisfying, and most men have no idea how effective it can be. If you've been struggling with performance or stamina, this next nut could become your new secret weapon. Let's keep going. Section 4. Pistachios. Scientifically proven enhancement. Pistachios. The intimate enhancing snack backed by science and tradition. There's something almost playful about pistachios. You crack them open one by one, pop them in your mouth, and before you know it, you've eaten a handful. But behind that simple snack lies one of the most scientifically validated and culturally trusted intimate supporting foods in the world. Pistachios may look small, but their impact on male intimate health, especially for men over 60, is surprisingly powerful. The secret lies in their unique nutritional makeup. Pistachios are rich in an amino acid called L-arginine, a natural precursor to nitric oxide, the same blood vessel relaxing compound that medications like those blue pills attempt to stimulate. Nitric oxide is essential for healthy intimate responses because it allows blood vessels to dilate, relax, and open up, letting blood flow where you need it most. Without enough nitric oxide, it doesn't matter how much desire or stimulation you feel. Your body simply won't respond the way it used to. But with pistachios, you're not relying on pharmaceuticals or synthetic chemicals. You're supporting your body's own natural system, feeding it the nutrients it needs to function as it was designed to. That's why in a well-known clinical study, men who ate just 3 ounces of pistachios a day for 3 weeks experienced significant improvements in intimate function, desire, and satisfaction, without any other changes to their diet or lifestyle. These were real, measurable gains, not just psychological boosts. Pistachios also contain healthy fats, fiber, plant sterols, and antioxidants, all of which contribute to better cholesterol profiles and improved circulation. This is particularly important for older men because circulation issues are often the root cause of not just intimate dysfunction, but also fatigue, brain fog, and even heart problems. By supporting cardiovascular health, pistachios don't just improve your intimate responses, they help strengthen your entire system. The results can be felt in your energy levels, your mood, and your sense of physical presence. What's also unique about pistachios is how satisfying they are. That might seem like a small detail, but for men looking to improve their health, it matters. A satisfying, heart-healthy snack can help you avoid reaching for salty chips or sugary treats. Pistachios give you that crunch, that flavor, and that pleasure without the downsides of processed snacks. And because they're packed with protein and fiber, they help stabilize blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and keep you feeling full longer. That's a major bonus for men trying to manage their weight or combat belly fat, which is another factor that impacts natural hormone levels and intimate performance. So how do you incorporate pistachios into your daily life in a way that's easy and sustainable? It's simple. Keep a small container of unsalted roasted pistachios in your kitchen, in your car, or by your favorite chair. A couple of small handfuls, around 1 to 2 ounces a day, is enough to give your body what it needs without overdoing the calories. Try eating them in the afternoon when energy tends to dip, or even after dinner as a light, nutrient-dense snack before bed. Their healthy fats and amino acids will continue working while you rest, supporting circulation and recovery through the night. And here's something I've heard from my patients again and again. They don't just feel the physical changes. They feel emotional ones too. They feel more confident, more engaged, more connected to their partners. They stop avoiding intimacy and start looking forward to it again. that quiet frustration, that feeling of fading into the background, it starts to lift. Pistachios help fuel that change, not because they're magic, but because they're real food providing real nourishment to a body that still has so much potential. This is why I never underestimate the power of natural choices. The body isn't broken, it's responsive. And sometimes just giving it a few consistent signals, like the nutrients in pistachios, is enough to wake up systems that have been quietly shutting down. Now, if you've made it this far, you're serious about reclaiming your strength and health. And there's one more nut I want to share with you. The final piece in this 5-part system. It's rich, creamy, and packed with healthy fats that do more than support blood flow. They actually help protect your arteries and keep your hormones in balance. Most men overlook it completely, but once you understand its power, you'll never look at it the same way again. Let's get into it. Section 5. Macadamia. Nuts. Hormones and artery health. Macadamia nuts. The healthy fat that fuels hormones and arterial health. Of all the nuts on this list, macadamia nuts may be the most luxurious. They're rich, buttery, and smooth in texture. But don't let their indulgent flavor fool you. These little powerhouses are loaded with heart-healthy fats and critical nutrients that support circulation, hormone balance, and long-term vascular health, making them a quiet but powerful ally for any man over 60 looking to maintain strong, reliable, intimate responses. The key with macadamia nuts lies in their fat profile. Unlike many snack foods that are full of harmful trans fats or processed oils, macadamias are rich in monounsaturated fats, the same kind you find in extra virgin olive oil and avocados. These fats don't just sit in your body like sludge. They work actively to lower bad LDL cholesterol, raise good HDL cholesterol, and reduce inflammation in your arteries. That means better blood flow throughout your body, including to the area that matters most for your intimate performance. One of the lesser-known causes of intimate dysfunction in older men is endothelial dysfunction. The endothelium is the delicate lining inside your blood vessels. When it's inflamed or damaged, it can't relax and open the way it should. That's a big problem because intimate responses are entirely dependent on your blood vessels expanding rapidly to fill with blood. Macadamia nuts contain compounds like polyphenols and flavonoids that help protect the endothelium, keeping your blood vessels flexible, strong, and responsive, exactly what you need to maintain performance in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. But there's more. These healthy fats also play a major role in hormone production. Testosterone, your primary male hormone, is actually synthesized from cholesterol. That doesn't mean you should start eating greasy fast food to boost your testosterone. It means you need the right kind of fat in the right amount. Macadamia nuts deliver exactly that. By providing clean, efficient fuel, they support your body's ability to produce hormones naturally without needing artificial boosters or risky medications. Macadamias are also incredibly satisfying. That's not just good for your cravings, it's good for your metabolism. They're rich in fiber and low in carbohydrates, which helps stabilize your blood sugar and prevent insulin spikes. Blood sugar fluctuations are often overlooked when it comes to intimate health, but they matter more than most men realize. Unstable blood sugar can damage blood vessels, reduce energy levels, and interfere with hormone signaling, all of which make it harder to achieve and maintain firm responses. By eating a few macadamias as a daily snack, you help keep your system steady, calm, and hormonally balanced. Another thing to appreciate about macadamias is how easy they are to incorporate. Just 5 or 6 nuts a day are enough to deliver benefits. They're calorie dense, so you don't need a lot. Think of them as a concentrated form of fuel. Small, simple, and deeply nourishing. You can add them to a salad, enjoy them with a piece of dark chocolate, or simply eat them on their own as an evening snack. The key is consistency. Make it a quiet ritual, a small act of self-care that reinforces your commitment to strength, vitality, and health. Many of the older men I've worked with come back after just a few weeks of adding macadamias into their diet and say things like, "I feel more grounded," or "I've got more drive again." That's not a coincidence. When you give your body the kind of fuel it's truly craving, it responds. Not overnight, not like a switch flipping, but slowly, steadily, in ways you can feel in your bones, your energy, and yes, your intimate responses. And while all 5 of these nuts bring powerful support on their own, there's one final detail I've saved for last, a simple trick that ties everything together. Because if you truly want to maximize your blood flow, deepen your recovery, and support your intimate health overnight, literally while you sleep, there's one nut in particular that stands out above the rest. Most men never think to eat it before bed, but for those who do, the results can be absolutely life-changing. Let's talk about that next.